Family. Today I want to talk to you about culture and product. In other words, what is unique about Grace Christian's culture and what is the product that we intend to produce. If you would reduce what we do in Christian education to economic terms, we would probably look at those two factors. So let's get into it. So as we kind of wrap up our conversation from our last time together concerning culture, I would say this. It is our intent here at Grace to have our parents be leveraged in the education of their students. Or maybe another way to put that is to be invested in their child's education. You see, the very nature of private school or Christian school education is one of a private venture or aptitude. We believe that we are kind of reaching beyond the public sector and what they're doing there, and we have kind of a higher calling or maybe even a more focused intent or desire to accomplish very specific things with our students. We are developing Christian worldview. We are exposing them to the orthodoxy of Christian faith. We are teaching them the fundamentals of those academic disciplines, and then we're kind of blending all of these things together. So that could very well be seen as the product or one of the products that we are producing in Christian education. But in order for that to be really successful, we believe that it's important, absolute essential, that mom and dad are thoroughly invested and leveraged in that venture. You know, private education costs money, and traditionally up to, let's say, before the vouchers and scholarships became more prevalent in the state of Florida, as well as other states in the union, private education was funded solely by the parents of the students who enrolled them here. Along came some private funding and scholarships through benevolent givers and so on. But the general attitude or idea is the same, is that this is important enough to parents to invest of themselves deeply to have their students here in the school. And so even though we do see a system of generous vouchers through the state, which is actually funded in many cases by private dollars as well as state dollars, the investment that is now required by parents still remains, right? Not only are we seeing an increased investment of the resources that mom and dad have, but we are seeing and asking for an investment of your time and your energy, your effort, your talents, and so on. We want parents to engage this process aggressively. And again, to partner with us, right? We've talked about that a lot. So we believe that in order for this to be effective, you have to be leveraged. You cannot be a casual spectator or passerby, right? And so that's one thing that we're looking for. Now, then we kind of transition from culture, because that's the kind of culture, part of the culture that we're developing, what is ultimately the product. Not only is it the excellence in academics, but here's what we have to do. In order to justify that leveraging or investment of parents, we have to bring value to the table. As a school, the teachers, administrative staff, we bring value to you, mom and dad. We're bringing quality education. We're bringing a true empathy and love for your students. We are working and striving to feed or maybe to pour into the life of your students in a way that they wouldn't typically get elsewhere. That's not to say it won't happen elsewhere, but I think that is certainly very much a part of our mission as a Christian educator, to bring value in that way. And we also need to understand, by principle, good things cost something. When we're taking Business 101 classes back in the day in my undergraduate, some economists would say, beware of the free thing or beware of the inexpensive thing. Now, we all love value in the things that we purchase, in the things that we pursue. But sometimes we can see or recognize the value in what we have or the value in what we're pursuing because it comes with a cost. And in many cases, it comes with great cost. So we can apply that lesson to things like freedom, right? We can apply that lesson to even the gospel and what it takes to bring the gospel to the ears of those who need to hear it. But education, it takes a great amount of effort and resources to provide that. And so we promise you, Mom and Dad, that we bring that value so that we can guarantee as best we can in the efforts that we make the success for your student. Now, next week, we're going to be talking about kind of wrapping up the product and that we provide. And so hang on to your hats. We'll be back with you on Wednesday next week to talk about some more things. So until then, hey, have a great week. I'm glad we got to spend some time together, and God bless you.